if you can't tell from my excitement, like I love what I do, and I love being able to problem solve and figure out these issues inside of these camper vans. We are creating the future of what these vans are, and it's really important for us to build that evolution and just really work at it.
This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel, back here in Manasquan, New Jersey. I met up with Chris with Sequoia Salt. Today he's going to give us a tour of his newest van build. This is a Sprinter 144 all-wheel drive. It's got an elevator bed, an awesome shower, hidden toilet. There's a lot going on in here, so join us for the tour.
What's going on, Patrick? Thanks for having me back on the channel. So I'm Chris with Sequoia Salt, and behind me I'd love to showcase one of our newest builds. So this is a client build on a Mercedes Sprinter 144 all-wheel drive. So let's get into it. From the outside, we have a Van Windows Direct slider window with an integrated screen. We have some running boards from Van Speed. These are great if you plan on going off-road. They're really durable. We took the stock black rims from this Mercedes and we threw some KO3 all-terrain tires on it. As we walk around, we got side step rails again on this side. We added some Van Speed capsules. What we did is we lined them in Rhino-lined, so this is really durable, especially if the customer plans on getting out in the woods and no branches are gonna beat this thing up. We have a 30 amp shore power adapter on the side of the van. In the back, we have a Flatline Vanco rear tire carrier. This customer's van did not come with a spare tire underneath the van, so we had to add something in the back to hold the 5th tire. On the roof, we have 400 watts of solar, and we have a Dometic RTX 2000 AC unit, a Max Air dome vent fan with an integrated light, and a Max Air vent fan in the rear for the bed. Whew, it's a lot to say. This van's great. It came with a nice stock step on the back, especially because we have 2 lounges. You'll see the inside. I can't wait. So let's get into it. We have a water port on the side of the van so that we're not making a mess inside of the cabin. These are the clips for the FAMA F80S awning that mounts directly to the roof rails on the van. As we enter into the cabin, you'll see we have the Van Essential screens on both the side and the rear of the van. Galley number 1, we added a nice little kick so you can add you know, your sandals and slippers and whatnot when you get inside of your cabin. Nice little drop down table on the outside, bamboo. Got a marine clip so it doesn't pop out when you're driving. Our flooring is Lawn Ridge flooring, so this is a durable airplane flooring. Underneath this floor we have CUSA board, which is a fiberglass composite boat decking. That's fully waterproof, it has R value, and it's super light. We love using these inside of the van. As I enter in, close that door, Patrick, it's cold outside. Okay, so as you enter in, most of the time when you see a van with a shower, you see the toilet just sitting right there. You know, we're gonna get back to that, but we changed it up a little bit, and we came up with something that is so unique to a small van like this. Swivel seat in the front, pretty standard for most of our builds. All of that safety. We have the fire extinguisher, smoke detector, and carbon monoxide. The awning tool right mounted to the side of the shower. And then we have a little bit of space right here behind the seat. Our front side of our galley number 1, we have a pop-up table, or pop-up countertop extension right here. We went with bamboo countertops inside of this van. All the I don't know, we call these eyebrows, but all of the door panels, we went ahead and we did bamboo as well to sort of match the aesthetic throughout the cabin. All of our countertops, or all of our cabinets, we do a hard shell laminate, and then we do use some high quality multi-ply wood. We like to finish the sides. It's a really nice look inside of these vans. We have a nice deep sink. Most of our vans have the same exact sink with a retractable sink faucet. As I open up the drawers, you'll see we have dovetail drawers. Some nice big storage drawers underneath it. Sponge drawer. And then underneath the sink, we finish it off. Underneath this section right here is where we actually have the heater unit in this, which is the Aqua Hot Gen 1. The heater is both a, I'll take my glasses off. The heater is both a furnace and a hot water heater. And so this is, I'm gonna wipe my nose. It's got a kick right here, and then we have another kick in the back of the van. So it gets nice and warm really quick, and it makes hot water like pretty instantly. Galley number 2. We have a induction stovetop on the top and some nice vents to, you know, obviously vent the induction stovetop. Nice big size drawer right here. Little tiny spice rack, because why not? We have to fill up the space in these cabinets. This is an Isotherm 65DR drawer fridge. Above, we have 2 lockers on both sides. These are really nice self-supporting hinges. They're nice and durable. Close these up. Above your head right here, you'll see the AC unit, which is the Dometic RTX 2000. We went with knotty pine throughout the entire cabin. We coat the knotty pine and 4 coats of polyurethane on both sides. That marries right up to our Go Code trim panels. These are the toast color. So it really, I mean, everything is so seamless and marries really well inside of this van color-wise. For insulation above these panels, we have mineral wool. That's an eco-friendly insulation. We like to use that in all of our vans. Let's talk about the backsplash here and what's going on. So we have our Renogy Rego system. This is 400 amp hours of lithium battery power. And like I said, 400 watts of solar. This is our inverter switch. This is our Aqua hot display. We have 22 gallons of fresh water here, and then we have 22 gallons of gray water. So on the bottom here, we have the switch for the elevator bed. So when we design and build the elevator bed, we need to have a wall to secure the bed to go up and down for the track. So instead of making this just a full wall, what we did is we cut some nice notches in here, and we added these little tiny clips so that you can add extra hanging stuff. It's super important when you're inside such a small space to utilize every single inch, especially for hanging stuff. And we did it on both sides, like you see right here with our Danny DeVito mug. One in New Jersey. Okay, so coming in the back here, we have our nice lounge. This customer opted out of having this become a bed just because he's a solo traveler, but we still gave him the ability to do so. So we added a nice little ledge on both sides of the lounge so that he can cut some wood in the future if he wants to do so. On the bottom, we have our toe kick lights, which is such a nice part, especially at nighttime when you're cutting up all of the light inside of the van. We want to make sure that there's plenty of zones in here to sort of change the ambiance. Like we added 4 lights underneath the bed, and we finished underneath that metal bed with bamboo finish. So it really is just everything works aesthetically throughout the cabin. These are the cushions that we added. So this is Sunbrella indoor-outdoor fabric, so it's nice and durable. And then on the bottom, we make everything in-house, so even our cushions. So what we do here is we got this like sort of tacky membrane that we put underneath, so when you're driving, this thing isn't going to slide off. We've noticed that a lot in a lot of the vans that we've built and seen. Even down to the leather straps, we make all of this stuff in-house. We source leather, we cut everything. We are busy people. So let me show you underneath what we've got going on in here. All right, so this is our Aqua hot system right in the back here. And this is our water pump. And what we do is we do an air valve inside of the van. So instead of having to winterize it and putting RV antifreeze in it, we blow out our systems. You take a compressor fitting, which is right on this side, and you just connect it, and you can blow all the air out. So if you plan on being like a snowboarder going up to the mountains just for the weekend, you're winterizing in between uses. And then when you get back in your van, what you do is you turn your heat on, and you keep it on the entire trip so this tank doesn't freeze. And the way that we set up our water systems is our heaters and our heater piping goes along the side of where the water is so that this water will not freeze. What we've noticed also, I love talking about our water systems because they are really complex. What we noticed also is like when you have a tank like this, it's after using it after a while, you might want to clean the inside, especially if you keep it and just sitting for a while. So we add these hatches to the tops of all of our tanks now so that you actually can stick your hand in there. You can do maintenance inside of the tank. It makes it easy for us to be able to fix the tank, you know, do any maintenance for you inside of the tank as well. So I'll open up this last section here. So this is our sensor, our water sensor, and then our exterior shower, and that's the port for it. Okay, and on this side, I'm gonna have to take off this lagoon table to get access to the inside here. We actually blocked out the lagoon table so it doesn't interrupt opening up or putting the lagoon table with the cushion. All right, move this over. All right, on this side is our power system. Nice and clean. There's a lot of space inside of this power system. So this is our 400 amp hour lithium battery. On the rear of it, you'll see this is, let's say, hold these up. This is our 12 volt distribution panel. And this is our MPPT for our solar, our 3000 shore power inverter charger, and our DC to DC charger, which is at 60 amps. All right. So on the back wall, you see we have some reading lights here, max air vent fan. Okay. So as I come into this section, you'll see we have the elevator bed. I'm just going to click the button here, bring the elevator bed down. All right, so the elevator bed's down now. So we have these pieces of foam for the mattress that are same finish of the mattress that fit in the sections of where the windows are. So when you extend this bed, it's 77 inches long by 60 inches wide. So it's almost a queen size mattress, but it's a bit longer so you can really stretch out inside of this bed. But it's nice because you can have everything sort of set and ready so you don't have to interrupt. You know, if it's nighttime comes and you're going to be like, you know, I want to just jump right into bed. It's making up the whole entire bed every single time. You can keep your lounge. If you want to pop out and hang out and read a book underneath, you can just do so. It's nice having the lounge like that. Okay, are you guys ready for it? The engineering that goes behind Sequoia Salt. So when we were designing this shower system, we were thinking about, like, man, having that toilet in there and pulling the toilet out every single time in such a small van, it just doesn't work well. I mean, it works, but it's a nuisance. So what we did is two different things inside of the shower. We did a little quick release valve here. So if you push this up, you can use this now for your outside shower. So we have the same exact fittings for your outside shower and the inside. So I'm just going to put this over here for now. We had a bamboo mat that we made in-house. This is FRP board, which is nice. It's totally super easy to clean. Works really well inside of the showers. This is the dome vent fan. Now it's time to show you what I've been excited to show you. So what we made here, pop this down. This is a wrap-on PF1 toilet, so it's a single bag unit. So this is that toilet I really love because this toilet, what it does is it heat seals the bag. You can take that bag, you can put it in your garbage. It's not going to off-gas for 30 days. It fully seals everything, so you just have to load one bag in this unit, and then you pull this. So we close that, you pull this, and that's when it starts heat sealing the bag. It'll make a beep sound when it's done heat sealing, and then it literally drops to the ground, so you can take that and just throw it out. And when you're not using your toilet, you just stow it back. Is that not the coolest thing ever? If you're going for a long weekend and you're like, I'm not in the right space, you can take that and you can put it in a little pail. It's not going to make your van stink. And like to touch on with the door, you know, having the door closed, if anyone's ever had one of these Nautilus doors, they're great. But as soon as you hit a bump, that door just slams back like this. So, I mean, you know, it's really hard to figure that out.
One thing I want to touch on too is I read a lot of the comments on the videos, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's only for two people." All right. Well, but most of the time when people buy a van like this, they're just traveling with two people. Yeah. So you know you might get a guest that might hop in occasionally. So it's nice that you have the option to make that into a second bed down the road. But majority of the van buyers, it's just for two people. So there's no seatbelts back there because you don't need seatbelts back there. And what's also cool about that too, if you did have, if everybody was small enough and you did have kids, they could sleep lengthwise in that bed if they wanted to. Yeah,
I was actually thinking about how this would be. So I have two kids, and I think about how this little tiny van could actually work for my family. And what I would do is I would get rid of the shower and I would add the bench seat right here. And then I can have my little one sleep underneath, and then we would sleep on the top. So like this this floor plan can work for one person, two people, four people. So I think it's when you get those comments, I think it's interesting because when you have a little van like this, you don't have a lot of space. Like you're utilizing the space well, but like, you know, you have a few cabinets that you're going to store stuff in. A customer like this, if you're a couple, you're going to definitely get like a back box. You're going to get something that you're going to hold a lot of the stuff in the back of the van. That's going to be like your, you know, your toys and your gear and all that stuff. For the most part, it's kind of like living simply in something like this.
Yeah. I mean, your shower could become a closet, right? I see some RVs, they have like a clothesline or wardrobe hanger in there because you're not using that all day long.
Yeah.
And in your particular situation, having a bench seat with 3-point shoulder harnesses for kids with the car seats, that would be prioritized over having a permanent shower. And the appeal to a van this size is it's 20 feet long, 19 feet long. You could parallel park it, you could park downtown. It's not a 22 or 24 foot van that now you got to circle a block 5 times looking for a parking space. So
yeah, they're actually fun to drive. They're like nimble. It's easy to get in and out, and I think that we have a lot of customers who live in our area. I mean, we're here in New Jersey, but like being close to New York City, you know, this could be your daily driver. You can use a 170 as a daily driver, but this thing is like, it's not that long. It's the size of a pickup truck, you know, so it definitely is a versatile vehicle to be able to like drive every day.
Always a pleasure having you on the show. I'll put links in the description so our viewers can click over to your website if they're curious about pricing and how to build one of these. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I'll see you soon.